with Tom. Just talking with Tom. Turn your dial to cable 18. You will see the best in TV. Just talking with Tom. Just talking with Tom. Sit back and listen. You will hear the best conversation of the year. Just talking with Tom. Just talking with Tom. Just talking with Tom. Just talking with Tom.
Talking with Tom, I'm Tom Dacey, and I have a very special co-host this evening. It's my pleasure to welcome to the show this evening my good friend Tina Taylor.
Thank you, Tom.
Welcome,
Thank you
Tina.
for having me.
A last-minute substitution. I don't know what happened to Ed. I know he's on jury duty. Gee, I hope he didn't get detained for any reason.
Oh, I hope not, but you never know with Ed.
But we have a great show planned for tonight. Thanks to you and T's Promotional Entertainment, we have our good friend James Copeland with us this evening.
Yes, definitely.
Great to have you here this evening, James.
Well, thank you, sir. It's great to be here. But at my age, as they say, it's great to be anywhere.
As you know, James was gracious enough to perform at my Tommy Palooza this year.
Yes, that was awesome, and I think you did a lot of the work at Tommy Palooza because we had a lot of cancellations on you and stuff, but that was an awesome time, really awesome.
I want to start out by asking you, James, how did you get started in the music industry?
Oh, it was a long time ago. My dad, when he came out of the service, he was a rockabilly guitar player in Germany. And I think it was about 6 or 7. I remember finding his guitar in the closet, so I used to fool around with it a lot then. And it always intrigued me. So that's basically how it started, and I just kept pursuing to try to entertain and make people happy, and the rest is history,
And who would you say has been your biggest influence?
That's a tough one, Tom. There's so many. I'm not loyal to one band or one musician in general. I mean, I've always gone back to my roots, and listened to the old country, Merle Haggard, Waylon Jennings, and Hank Williams. But like I said, there's no loyalty. It's all good. It's a very good question.
As I said to you many times, Tina, I think now my favorite music is country.
Yeah, this is a mix of country, pop, kind of, it's not, country's not like it used to be. It's not as twangy, like a lot of people don't like the twanginess, but, it's just a lot more reverse now,
And you can relate to it a lot more.
Yeah, definitely.
But I want to ask you, James, I know you had a song that you wrote recently to protest the high gas prices.
Yes, and that went nowhere fast.
But I know that you were trying to contact some media and whatnot because you were hoping to raise some funds.
Well, the whole concession of that story there, Tom, was that what we tried to do was, and we have done numerous shows this past summer, was to take Walking to Work and due to endless people, not just in Connecticut and New England, what we wanted to do is take the monies and help out local food shelters and fuel banks. So through Tina Promotion, myself, we made endless calls to different medias. We did get response back from, I think, the Bristol Press, Middletown Press, an online radio station, and a couple others. But other than that, the response was, it just seemed like, and I hate to say this, and I'm not going to mention any of the medias, but it just seemed like no one cared, and it just blew me away because the calls were honest, they were very businesslike, and we went out there and projected exactly what we wanted to do, and it was for a good cause. I mean, I think through the summer, hypothetically, it was close to the $10,000 mark as far as the funds that we raised for different food shelters, on and on. We raised money for an orphanage in Uganda, over in Africa. So we had a good summer, and we're not going to stop it because we really don't have the support that we should have. You know, something is better than nothing. To help out is a good thing. So that's where we're at right now.
And that's where I first met you over the summer. Was I went with Tina to see you in Burlington.
That's right, and you blew me away. You showed up, and I don't want to embarrass you. You showed up with a bunch of sacks of groceries, and it was for a good cause, for homeless shelter, foodless, and it was awesome. You never met me before, and I don't want to embarrass you, but it just blew me away. And I'm sure that some people are better off today than they were before because of your generosity.
My pleasure. As Tina knows, I always say, right, Tina, there's people out there that are worse off than I am.
Yes, definitely, and there are. You know what? You have a roof over your head. You know, you have a bed to lay in every night, and there are people that don't have that. It's sad.
So speaking about walking to work, would you mind playing it for us?
Well, yeah, by all means. It's been a while. So I don't remember how to play this thing. Gas tank is empty, I can sail without wind. To fill it up would surely be a sin. The higher prices at the pump would never put me in a slump. There's always another way. I'm walking to work. Get me here to there. Well, I got money and I'm buying beer. Tomorrow I'll be late for work. You know I might be a jerk, but look at me, I don't care. I'm walking to work. Said, ooh, I'm walking to work. To the Walmart store, staying in, I've got a case of Coors. I'm not gonna go for no ride. She's parked on blocks outside. But I'm walking to work. Watching the cars go by as the prices are soaring high, and now he'll understand why I'm walking to work. I said, ooh, I'm walking to work. You don't have to tell me how it used to be. I grew up in the 70s with those big cars that shine. I'll never stand in a gas line, but I'm walking to work. My gas tank is empty and I don't care. I'm staying home, I got a nice cold beer. I'm watching the cars go by as the prices are soaring high, and now he'll understand why I'm walking to work. I said, ooh, I'm walking to work. I said, ooh, I'm walking to work. I said, I'm walking to work. pair of shoes. Well, Tom, the whole thing about that song, just to interrupt you for a minute here, was that I was driving to work and the gauge was a little low, and everyone in this bad economy for numbers of years right now are making a decision. It's either should I put the gas in the car or go without food or heat or anything important for the family. And I just thought it was fun to say, well, geez, if I fill up my tank, then I won't be able to buy beer for the week. All right, so that's where it goes. I'm staying home. I got a nice cold beer. And that's the whole thing. It's supposed to be a little fun song about that. But in this economy right now, and this is, I'm not a political person, and everyone has faith in whatever, and I'm not going to talk about anything like that. But I'm a humanitarian. Everyone is making hard decisions what to do with their money, and that is what the song's about. I was trying to step up and try to help people, but it just seemed like nobody cares.
How long did that take you to write?
About a 12-pack and a half. I don't know. That one there was. I think that one there went by pretty quick. Some a little harder than others. But it's fun.
Now, one of the questions we usually ask when we have a musician on, what's easier for you, the melody or the lyrics?
Well, it depends. I don't know, everyone writes a little differently. I try to do both at the same time, Some people, everyone does things different, But, I think for me, it does come together at the same time.
And how did you first meet Tina here?
Tina, well, that's a real long story. I don't know if you know this, but for about 29 years I was John Lennon in a group called Abbey Road. And I think her and I met online, and she came out to see a show down in New London. And it was, we've been friends for about 4 or 5 years now, since she got out of prison. And, but it's all been good, and she's been straight as an arrow since.
Thanks, Tim. That's not true.
No, it's not true.
It might be for Ed tonight. We don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You could be wanted someplace,
Yes, America's Most Wanted right here. No.
Do you have any questions for Jim, Tina?
Well, I'd like to have him talk about a new song that he's written that we're hoping to put in the hands of hopefully Randy Travis.
Yes.
It's an awesome song.
Yeah, that actually, I started this song not this year. This song took a little longer than most, but I started last New Year's Eve. It seems like a lot of songs I start on New Year's Eve, but the song's called I Got You, and the song, it involves faith, love for one another, a family farm, and basically people on hard times. So right now we're finishing up in the studio what I call the scratch track, and it's doing very good. We have some interest on it, and we're moving forward, and that will be out to a few different labels down in Nashville. And then we also have a song called Southbound, which is going to be going to some other southern rock groups we've done business with in the past. It's all good. As long as you're doing something and moving forward, it's all good. As long as you don't ask me about my dog, I'm pretty happy. And if you don't mind, I'd like to apologize to some people out there. We had last night about 6:30. We seriously, you're laughing over because you got one of these things.
I got one.
The business line for James Copeland Music Inc. got hacked, and it was sending out some very disgusting emails to a bunch of people out there, and we're totally sorry about it. And we got that all straight. And there's only one other comment. I'd like to say hi to my dentists out there that almost killed me yesterday. Apparently they haven't learned any love.
Oh, let's see. We might have a phone call.
We have a phone call, huh?
I don't know. I just heard the phone. Do we have a phone call?
How about one more song? Want to hear another song?
Sure.
This is a song that we wrote for Marshall Tucker Band. This is a song called Cold Steel. It's about a gentleman who's in love with his motorcycle and the freedom of the road. Some cowboys work down at the Rio Grande in a saddle, cattle trail all day. That's not the kind of life for a man I had. I like the wild and free of the open highway. Well, I was gonna ride cold steel, not a bronco, but a rolling thunderbolt. Well, I was gonna ride cold steel, thundering engines on the highway nowhere. Other men spend their lives working 9 to 5, punch a clock and head home when the day is done. Same old routine won't keep me satisfied. I gotta hit the highway full blast on the run. I was gonna ride cold steel, not a bronco, but a rolling thunderbolt. Well, I was gonna ride cold steel, thundering engines on a highway nowhere. When the sun is burning down in my soul, and my throttle's flat out open wide, I don't need no cell phone or fancy clothes. My life is the open road. Well, I was gonna ride cold steel, not a bronco, but a rolling thunderbolt. Well, I was gonna ride cold steel, thundering engines on a highway nowhere. I am free and I live to ride, and ride to be free. I am free and I live to ride. Well, thank you.
James, look who just got out of lockup. Look who just got out of lockup.
Wait, now not lockup, young man. So.
Everybody's getting out tonight. Tina, now you.
Well, the wheels of justice run very, very slowly, as they say, Tommy. So I was at jury duty and got out a little bit later than expected. So, and I do want to thank Tina for sitting in for me for a few minutes. You know, I floored it from New Haven. You know, I had my car up to I think 40, 45 miles an hour. So
all I have to say is we go from beauty to the beast.
That'll be fine, young man. I see you are in mid-season form for this our third show or third or fourth show of the new year, but thank you. It's nice to see you too.
Great to have you here, Ed.
And a marvelous guest, James Copeland, an accomplished musician. Who,
what have you been drinking over there? Holy crap!
Well, I am. Actually, I'm way over 21. So,
yeah.
Well, we know of Mr. Copeland's talents. We've, and I don't know if you talked about it earlier at
Tommy
Palooza last year. He was just marvelous, and a couple of his videos on YouTube. And I know in doing research from them, I have a lot of most of my hard-hitting questions I left home because I thought I'd be home from jury duty in time to.
Well, you make them up and we'll lie.
Pick up my, yeah, so, but a few I remember. But again, thank you for.
Oh, this is great. I appreciate this.
And thank you, Tommy, for indulging me and letting me keep my job.
Not a problem.
Even though I was late.
Not a problem. Now, Jim, with the surgeons in karaoke, do you find it difficult to get gigs?
No,
I don't want to go outside.
Well, a lot of clubs now, and I think what Tommy means.
I know.
Years ago, it was just a band. You went out to a nightclub, you had a band, but now recorded music and karaoke
that's a very good question, and not to go back in the past again, but with hypothetically or speaking for history, when we were with Abbey Road, that was a specialty group. We were known for doing a Beatles show, so we were booked probably 3 to 5 times a week through the United States. So that was like, once again, it's a specialty group. You know what you're getting. You're getting four gentlemen dressed in suits doing the Beatles the best they can, and of course you're going to get work if you're okay. And we were okay. But anyways, as far as what you're saying, I try not to play bars. I try to play specialty events and try to offer the same level of entertainment quality as with Abbey Road. So yeah, it's different, you know. It's hard for me to explain with my management. We do fine.
Are there a lot of specialty events in this area, or do you find?
Oh, sure there are. There through Connecticut. There's a lot of different festivals, carnivals, town fairs, and stuff. There's a lot of things. If you have good material, you're going to get booked. And I don't, so I'm sitting home at night.
But by your choice, though.
Right now I'm sitting back a little bit, and I'm writing music, and you know we're working very hard with Nashville and people down in Texas, and that's what we're doing. That's what I want to do. You know, I've been away for a long time. You know, when you think you've been on the road for 29 years, my oldest daughter, she's 16. A good portion of her life, I wasn't around, and that was my job, you know. And now that she's a sophomore in high school, and my son, he's 13, I get to see a lot of great stuff happening. You know, I don't want to be away as I was before, you know. And then once again, like Tina, we're both out of lockup, so everyone's in prison in this show tonight.
Aren't we all? You know, and you talk about being on the road, and I think sometimes people get the illusion that, you know, being on the road or on a tour, there's a certain amount of glamour involved, a different hotel, a different arena, but it's not as glamorous as it's.
There's a lot of downtime. You get paid for. It's not the performance. Your performance could be 20 minutes. You get paid for the downtime and the travel, and there's a lot of waiting. That's what it is.
And I think I heard also on Jason and John Zimmerman show talk about the wrestlers constantly being on the road.
Absolutely, yeah.
That it's not as glamorous in that arena, and I guess the same is not in the music arena as well.
No, that's your job though. Yep. That's what it is.
What would you say is the best advice somebody ever gave you on your career?
Well, don't drink and drive.
Good advice for us all, young man.
Yeah.
Good advice.
You know, I really, I don't know. I really can't think of anything that sticks out, you know, but I remember reading something which I never followed, and that was, if you are traveling on the road, eat healthy and try to get exercise and stay away from alcohol. So, the first two, I never did, and the latter, you know, it's there, you know, and but that's part of being a musician. I'm not bragging about it.
Well, what would be the advice that you would give an up-and-coming musician, say someone who wants to be the next James Copeland?
Don't. Oh, I tell you, stay in school. I think this is one thing that I do encourage young people. You want to play out, that's fine. Get your education. Go to college. When you're out of college, then you can go out and play and have a good time. Education is really, it's the key. You know, college education is very, very important. I think it's fun to play. I mean, you remember.
I barely remember college, and I didn't hone my karaoke skills until later on in life.
Yeah.
We're talking with James Copeland here on Talking with Tom. You can give us a call, 203-234-0025. 203-234-0025. It is Tuesday night, the 5th. We are live this evening. We'll be here to the top of the hour. And I don't know if Tommy asked you this before I was tardy tonight, but do you have any musical influences? Did you ask me?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did? You did. So, could you repeat who your musical influences were for us late viewers?
Jackie Gleason, of course. No, I don't. You know, it's really, you know, I told Tommy I'm not loyal to anybody as far as music. I mean, there's so many good things out there. I know what I don't like. You know, if I express what I don't like, well, you know, somebody else might like it, so I'm not going to say anything. One of the questions that people always ask me, because I was with Abbey Road for that long of a time, was that you must be a big Beatle fan. Well, I wasn't. You know, it was a job. It was a lot of fun. You know, I really think that a lot of the old country, that's the stuff I always like. Go back to listening to the old Johnny Cash, like Merle Haggard again, and some of the old stuff, Hank Snow. It's all good. I like easy listening music. I have some good buddies that are big Pink Floyd fans. It's all good music, but for me it's just too complicated to zero in on. You know what I'm saying? And less is more. You know.
How about contemporary artists, the Taylor Swifts and Kenny Chesneys of the world? And
they're all fantastic. I mean, like I said, it's a lot of people claim that the new country right now is really the new rock and roll, and it's very good. I actually, if I was going to go to one person, and I like Josh Turner in the country. I love his voice. He's got his deep voice, and it's like a freight train going down the tracks. And it's really cool. I like him a lot. And then, but going back to the older country, it's going to be once again Randy Travis, Dwight Yoakam, Alan Jackson, George Strait, the old George Strait. Those I would say I really keyed in on. That's really good. I mean, there's some that I really don't care for, but like I said, that's my opinion. You know. And that's it.
What's your take on American Idol?
Well, that can get me in a lot of trouble because back home, Miss Karen, that's my wife, Karen with an I, she likes watching that stuff. And I think it's basically, and hopefully the phones will open up on this, I think it's already been, you know, orchestrated. They know who they're going to pick. I think it's big, what's that, not a variety show, reality show. I don't care for it at all, you know. I don't think it's, the old music industry was you could go down in Nashville, you could knock on a door and go, I got a song, or I'm a singer, and they would like embrace you. Now you can't do that anymore. It's something like this, you're jumping through a hoop and they're already picked out. That's my opinion.
I have to tell you, I lost interest in it this year because I think Nicki Minaj has to go. I think she's ruining the show.
Anybody?
Oh, yeah.
You're all quiet out here. You can get the flasher. Actually, if you don't watch your show, Duck Dynasty. I love that show.
I heard a couple of people telling me I should tune into that.
It's becoming very, very popular. I don't know who Nicki Minaj is, but Duck Dynasty, I
love Duck Dynasty.
I know of, yeah. It's very popular. But I remember we had asked other musicians whether they thought that American Idol was like a shortcut to success. And I think we asked Doug Allen this a couple of years ago. You know, most of the musicians would hone their craft or pay their dues, as they used to say in the old days, playing in the clubs, whereas
Yeah.
American Idol is Kelly Clarkson's a nobody one day, and then boom, American Idol, she's on top
Scotty
of the world.
McCreary, too.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, you figure that the music industry right now is big money. You know, it's really, I don't know. It's not really all who you know, but it's orchestrated. Hopefully, I didn't shoot myself in the foot from saying that. But no, I'm sorry. I'm just not a fan of that show. You know, that's me, but that's my opinion. You know.
If you had a chance to appear on that show, would
No, I don't have the talent for that. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go there.
But you do have talent.
No, you know, I appreciate that. I'm a barroom singer. There's a big difference between being a real great singer and somebody that, you know, can sing. You know, anybody can sing. You can sing. What do you want to sing?
Well, I'm a Sinatra guy at heart.
You're a Sinatra guy at heart?
Yeah. Well, as I guess I'm a barroom singer too, because
High Hopes.
Yeah, I do like High Hopes.
You do a hell of a High Hopes.
Well, you're very kind. When was the last time you had your hearing checked? So, but I appreciate that. So, we're talking with James Copeland here at Talking with Tom for the 5th
Phone lines
day
are
of
open.
March, 203-234-0025.
banging over here.
We'll be here to the top of the hour. Should we have another song? Or?
Sure. You got another original,
Oh,
James?
sure.
James Copeland, ladies and gentlemen.
This one, it's called Broken Heart Trail. Stone through from Denver, been driving all night. White lines fading into black. Just like Jesse and Billy the Kid, I'm a man on the run. On Broken Heart Trail. Don't remember the last time I hate. I saw her face or touched her hair. But her daddy was quick with a gun, and I was better to run. Broken Heart Trail. Down where the wind meets the meadow. Look up, see the moon cry at night. Don't take a chance with me, I'm a wanted man. All I did was love her. Like an ending of another day, your face went down with the sunset. How many miles do I have to ride till you lose my trail? It's Broken Heart Trail. Down where the wind meets the meadow. Look up and see the moon cry at night. Don't take a chance with me, I'm a wanted man. All I did was love her.
All right.
Oh, thank you. I'd like to say hi to Pete Byron, my lead guitar player, and the rest of the Badlands couldn't be here tonight, but Pete's not feeling too good. He's old, you know. Senior moment.
Now you had mentioned you wrote that song.
Well, yeah, all the ones I played tonight I wrote. The One Cold Steel, that one there, I got published in 2007. The Marshall Tucker Band recorded that on their Next Great Adventure CD.
Nice.
So that was very special to me. My mom got to see that CD before she passed. So you know, it's you know, it holds a lot of special feelings for me.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing you too holds a lot of special.
You said you wouldn't tell, young man.
I know, it's that prison thing again.
Welcome to True Confessions, and we're talking with Tom.
And it is a Catholic week, right?
In composing a song, and I think we ask.
I think I already asked
you
this
did.
too.
What is more difficult, lyrics or melody?
I think it's the. I don't know. It's
Putting it for coming late.
Actually, what I really like to say, I'm not going to say, but it's getting into that right frame of mind. You know, I always like to get a little happy before I sit down with my guitar. So
we understand.
Yeah. So I know it's usually when I write a song, it's like I'm driving someplace and I just start singing in my Jeep, and things will come to me, and it's usually something about what's going on in my life right now, or something that was before, you know. Broken Heart Trail was before. Walking to Work, of course, was about either putting gas in the car or going out without beer. And we know what we did. We parked the Jeep and we bought beer. Cold Steel, that was simple. I just sat down in my studio, and that was the quickest song that I ever wrote. You know, I sat down, and next thing you know, boom, it was done. Some take a long time, but you know, everyone's a little different and whatever. I've been lucky.
I don't know if you talked about it before I came, but Walking to Work is a fantastic song, and I saw the video on YouTube, and it's very timely, especially as the way gas prices are going.
I appreciate it, but you know something, young man, nobody cares. I don't know what it is. We did get some response back. I didn't tell you, Tina Taylor. They got a response back from CNN, and they appreciate it. Coors Light loved it, of course, because I'm walking around with an 18-pack of Coors beer. But far as local news, as we just do a recap, the New Yorker, Washington Post, we talk to different medias. No one is really concerned about how people are making ends meet. I bet we can go on the street today and ask somebody, how are you making ends meet? How are you putting gas in your car? How are you buying groceries? And I bet everyone is telling you they're on hard times, and they're charging. They're charging their gas, they're charging their home fuel, they're charging their groceries. And a lot of people are too proud to probably talk this way, but this is what's going on out there. I'm not a politician. Like I told you before, I'm humanitarian. And this is what bothers me. This is what we were trying to do with Walking to Work. And granted, yes, once again, we raised some money last year. We raised some groceries. We're going to do it again this year. It just blows my mind that some people are so shallow in the news media that they could care less. You know, we're a very quick society to jump on something and then throw it away. This is here to stay right now. This bad economy, people on hard times, it is here. And we need to help out everybody. Your neighbor, somebody from a different town. It don't cost much.
And a song like that could be an anthem, because it's what everybody does because they can't afford the $3.85 or whatever it is now for a gallon of gas.
Exactly. And you know, I just caught on the news yesterday. Oil is, I think, under $90 a barrel. All right. So
is it really?
What is that telling you?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Gas is still $3.85 a gallon. So.
Absolutely. You know.
Yeah. No. I touched briefly on YouTube in your video being on YouTube. What's your opinion of YouTube as far as getting a musician's talent out there?
There are so many talented people out there, and I believe a lot of them are not tapped. I was one of the lucky ones, once again. But if you go through endless videos of great guitar players, singers, on and on and on, it's just a shame that Ellen DeGeneres, she goes online and she checks them out. She gets some people to sing, It's just a shame that a lot of people are not tapped and whatnot. YouTube's a great learning tool. If you want to learn how to tear down a small block motor, someone's doing a video on it. It's all good. For me,
would it help like an up-and-coming musician? Do you think?
I don't know. It really didn't help walking to work. I don't know. It really it's strange. It really is. I don't have the answer for that. I am a very low tech. I have a hard time with the phone. You got all these kids, texting and doing all this fancy stuff here. I can't find a button to turn on a blasted phone.
I'm an old rotary phone guy myself.
I love it. I love to hear that ring. But no, it is a great tool. It's very enjoyable for me. I can go back on YouTube and watch The Temptations or watch Simon and Garfunkel 1958 in Germany. A lot of great stuff.
And as an old jazz man, I could see a lot of stuff that I like.
I remember when you used to play in England.
And I posted this on Facebook. I says, well, one of the advantages of having adult children is I just found out what the Harlem Shake was. I mean, it's.
Are you going to show it to us?
It's good. No, it can't. It's goofy. It's goofy, but somehow I find myself laughing out loud at it. So
somehow I could picture you doing that.
Yes, well, not tonight, but I'm too wired up here. Literally not wired up, not figuratively. But
now, social media. How has that helped you?
That's a very interesting question. Social media. Define social media, because I'm not that educated.
Facebook.
Oh, okay, all right. I really,
Twitter.
I really don't think it really has done anything, at all. I've always done everything the old school way. Phone calls. Now it's emails. And I get better results that way there. I think it's more personal. If you can do business, try to make the phone call, ask for the person. In this state of mind of texting and emails, it's so easy for somebody to look at and go, I don't have time for this person. Whether or not you call them directly, you can actually hear the voice, you can hear the tone, and you can hear the honesty, whether or not they want to bother with you or not. And you remember when I called you last time, you didn't want to bother with me.
Not true.
Mess with you.
Not true.
I know. But don't you agree? The situation is going on with texting. Young people don't know how to talk. They don't know how to have a conversation.
Yeah.
They're texting the person next to them, It's really different. It's a different world.
there is something to be said for the art of talking.
It's so easy to look at somebody asking you a question. You go, no.
Well, look at now, even with the mail service, they're cutting out Saturday delivery.
Yep.
Because people aren't writing letters anymore.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's all email or text.
Yeah. Yeah, it is too bad. Again, we're talking with James Copeland. We've got a little less than 15 minutes.
Did you say email or sex?
Text.
Oh,
Text.
I'm sorry.
Please, I'm not a young man anymore, so as Maureen will tell you, well, do you know I had a birthday last week?
Yes, we know. Yes, we know.
Thank you. No. Please don't stop. Yeah, 63. So
Really?
So yeah.
Don't look at.
Yeah.
I was going to say 73.
I was going to say 93.
All right. But I wanted to ask, if you had a chance to perform with any musician, living or dead, through history or performing now, if you could be granted that wish, is there one musician out there you'd like to share the stage and perform with?
Something. Yeah, I think just off the cuff, I would say Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
I would just say Johnny Cash. I mean, I got to perform, actually open up for his brother Tommy Cash a long time ago, 20-something years ago. But yeah, I would love to just talk to him, and granted, I was very lucky that Abbey Road opened up for numerous people, not to bore you, like Jerry Lee Lewis, the Mamas and the Papas, Peter Noon from the Hermits, Chuck Berry, and it was a whole list of people. It was all great. But, I remember when Johnny Cash died, and I was saying to myself, I was busy doing my own stuff. I says, boy, I wish I saw him performed, go to a concert, and I did, So one of the persons I do want to see when he goes around again, before he gets a little too old, is Merle Haggard. You know, I think he's a fantastic songwriter. You look a lot like him, and you know.
Is that a compliment? I'm not.
Yeah, no, you do, yeah.
I thought you looked like Pee Wee Herman.
Well, I don't want to go.
How much time
there.
left in the show?
Everyone having a good time tonight?
You know, the Beatles are so popular now. Why is it that the Beatles, popular in the 60s and seem to have kind of a resurgence now? As I think Jimi Hendrix, why is it that artists from the 60s are kind of, a new generation is discovering them?
Boy, you bring me back to a couple years ago when I retired. The whole thing is good is good. You know, they wrote very good songs. The songs are uncluttered. Everyone in the Beatles was a star. It was not just one person. The music is timely. They spoke of what was going on in their life, what was going on around them. And I believe right now is that's what the young people are looking for. They can relate to it because this is what's going on in their lives. So, but once again, if something's good, it's good, you know, and you're not going to throw it away. What they always say, my dad would say, you know, what's old is new. That's the way it is. And it's sort of like the way I write songs. You know, what I write's really nothing new. It's the old style, and old is new again, you know.
Do you have an opinion on hip hop? Some of the new stuff, is it?
Well, maybe we can get the phones to light up now. I don't have anything positive to say. I'll tell you right now, there's two artists that I do like. I like Bruno Mars. I think that he's a very upcoming young man. He's very talented. And there's a gentleman out of Florida. I have a lot of family in Florida. I think his name is the Bulldog. Yeah, I think that's what he is. And he does like a lot of Latino music, whatever.
Actually, a member of our crack staff, again doing a fine job, just whispered in my ear, Pitbull.
Pitbull, that's his name. I saw him New Year's Eve, and I just love that. Had a Miami Vice, I think I got the group wrong, but it's just very good. The guy's a great entertainer, you know, and he reminds me a lot of you, but he's got a shaved head.
I'm letting it go gradually, so.
I'm not only a member.
I'm also a client.
Yeah. Do you have another song?
You have another one for us, James?
Let's see. Yeah, I'll tell you what. We'll do a little bit of one of the new ones. This one here is the one that we're shopping around down Nashville right now. It's called I Got You. And the concessions of this song here is about a couple that are on hard times, and they don't want nothing handed to them. They're going to do it on their own. They got a farm. They don't want to lose their farm. And they got faith. And I wrote this this past year. I got an old truck that runs on rust and love, still gets around, seldom breaks down. I got an old double wide with not much inside. Well, it's spare bones, well, it's my home. Take a look around and what do you see? Maybe a better man than me. Well, I got you. I got a job that takes more than it gives, but we got enough so we can live. We got bills coming to the door. I turn around, there's always more. Take a look around and what a better man within me. Well, I got you. I got you. Let me break it down so you'll understand. Never gonna leave my land like my daddy before, his daddy back then. We're gonna farm this land till the end. Not standing in the welfare line, not looking for a good time. I got a plan, it's raw in the air, with a lot of faith. And this old John Deere will have the crops again this year. Got a truck that runs on rust and love, still gets around, seldom breaks down. I got no double wide with not much inside. Well, it's bare bones, well, it's my home. Take a look around and what do you see? A better man within me. I got you. You got me. Well, I got you. You got me. Oh, thank you. Yeah, a little bastardized version of it.
Before we run out of time, I want to ask James, what's on the horizon for you? What do you have coming up?
Oh, hopefully unemployment line. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. What we're hoping to do is that there's like I said, there's a bunch of songs, you know, and hopefully they'll get picked up. That's the first important thing, of course, is my family, and then the second, of course, is friends, and last is like I enjoy writing music, and I'm very proud that some of them made LPs, so that, when I leave this world, it sounds kind of strange that, the little legacy left behind, that, the kids can say that, Dad tried. So, I mean, that's what I want to continue doing, as long as I don't step on anyone's toes.
How about a website for upcoming gigs? If people wanted to know where they could see you live, is there any place they could go to find you?
Yes, there is, sir. I appreciate you asking that. It is Department of Corrections. No, you just go onto Facebook, and what we do is we do most of my business through there. And once again, I apologize for the hacked emails everyone got yesterday. You weren't here for that.
No.
And oh yes, that was awesome. And but go to Facebook, James Copeland in the Badlands, and you'll see what's going on. That's right now. That's the easiest way. And we hope to see you out there. And we really thank you very much. I apologize for the rest of the guys not being here, but thank you very much for inviting me here tonight. And your hospitality overwhelms me. I mean, did you see the green room back there? Full bar.
How did I miss that?
And James, I need your assistance with this, if you will accompany us. As Ed mentioned earlier, he had a birthday last week. Can you play a little happy birthday for us?
Sure. You're going to have to sing now. We'll do it in the key of C. Because I'm not good at this. Ready? On the count of 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday. Right? 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Hopefully drawing them out.
Happy birthday, dear Goob. Happy birthday to you. And you can take that home and enjoy it with your lovely bride, Maureen.
I will. And thank you very much. Happy birthday, Goob, it says on it. It says there.
as I always
Best
refer,
if eaten before 1993.
as I always refer to Maureen, your much better half.
Yes, and she reminds me every time too. So, well, thank you. My birthday was February 27th. I was 63, and no complaints.
You look fine. You look fine.
I'm feeling good. So.
But before we wrap up, I just want to remind everybody that we will be back live in the studio on April 2nd.
All right. The day after our favorite holiday, April Fool's Day. So.
I don't have confirmation, but I am working on our guest as we speak.
Okay.
So I don't have confirmation. That's why I'm not going to let it out yet. But I want to remind everybody that our good friends at the Squared Circle will be on next Monday. As they say, they're not on before Raw's on after them.
After them, and I'm trying to become more wrestling savvy as in honor of our guest. And I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, the Undertaker signed to fight. Is it Punk?
CM Punk.
CM Punk. He's going to fight. He's going to fight the Dead Man at WrestleMania. So
see if the streak gets broken.
Okay. That's good. So, I'm going to root for the Undertaker, and of course WrestleMania, which is the Super Bowl, I guess, of wrestling, and of course all the fine wrestling talent from the independent wrestling leagues that the boys cover on their very fine show on
And
Monday.
I know that they got a busy night ahead of them. They're after the show this evening, they're heading up to a local establishment in Wallingford.
Oh, really?
To discuss the pre-WrestleMania show.
Oh, okay.
So details will follow once we get confirmation. Yep. There will be an events page on Facebook.
Yep. WrestleMania, and I think I heard John Zimmerman say the Super Bowl was in New Orleans this year, will be at MetLife next year, and WrestleMania is at MetLife this year, and I think the Super Bowl next year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, they swap.
Yeah, they swap. So, with the very few moments we have remaining, we want to thank our guest.
Thank you, Ed.
To play us out. And thank you. Thank you for the
James.
For the birthday.
Thank you, Tina of T's Promotional and Entertainment. And James, anytime you need me this summer for any fundraising, let me know. I'll be there.
You always give 100%, and you always blow my mind, man. You, on the other hand, well, you know.
Please, it's my birthday. Be nice.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
So I want to thank everybody for joining us this evening, and James is going to play us out.
And don't forget Mike Cuomo tomorrow night.
Good night, everybody.
Are we done? I woke up this morning and turned my truck around. I think we're done.
Keep playing.
Keep playing?
Yeah, they're playing too.
I woke up this morning and turned my truck around. It's headed for the Southland, and girl, that's where I'm bound. I'm going southbound. Girl, I gotta get away. Broke a string.
All right.
Yeah.
You're not clapping because you broke a string.
No, we had you playing over the credits.